Hotline Miami. Like, its scan lines in the 80s theme feels like this arcade game with endless quarters. Each round, you know what to expect as the pixelated characters go through their routines and rush across the screen as soon as they see you. Very soon, I settled into the groove of the gameplay loop. This loop and the breaks from it were what really defined my time with Hotline Miami. Each address or level, I was met with a new maze of rooms to clear. Usually, I would die quite a few times in the first few rooms, like an arcade, restarting from the beginning and rushing back to where I was. Eventually, I would develop this choreography, knowing when and where to take out each individual and grab a new weapon, and it was beautiful to chip away each life until you define a route that takes you all the way to the end. What stood out was when these routes lost their fluidity. One mechanic lets you look ahead, extending your camera's view, and another lets you lock on to enemies. The lock on is very useful when running into a room with only one enemy or looking ahead to shoot towards one far away. I felt that it became a hindrance when more than one character appeared. I was never confident who I was locked onto, and once the shooting began, it felt too late to change. The lock on consistently helped with my off camera kills. However, these scenarios I didn't find fun to begin with. The developing rhythm of the level would often be paused to orient the camera off screen and identify a target. This became further exacerbated when off screen windows came in play. In later levels, I felt regularly compelled to stop my progress at the end of each room and peek ahead for glass or enemies with long range weapons. These parts did not feel fun to me and broke up the comfortable rhythm of dying, trying, and succeeding. Moments like the hospital level or the crashing car both broke the pace in ways that kept me entertained and engaged. The stealth of the hospital was such a memorable change of pace for such a consistently aggressive playthrough. And the car, the sound, the enemies, I had no expectation and no idea what to do. It was thrilling. Hotline Miami takes you to many places, like an arcade. Most environments are similar, with the same requirements: enter, shoot, leave, just like video game cabinets mainly have the same controls: joystick buttons, joystick buttons. These are enjoyable and comfortable. What is memorable are the ones that stand out, whether it's the cold, boring metal of the level-o-meter or the paddle-backed yoke of a space racer. Standout machines often leave standout experiences, for better or worse. I enjoyed the memorable moments of Hotline Miami, and otherwise found myself content in its comfortable groove.